In this video, I am going to teach you how to make a French knot. A French knot can be intimidating for many people, but I've given you plenty of opportunities to practice so that you don't have to be intimidated by it anymore. I'm going to show you how to do 1 twist and 2 twist French knots, but you can do 3 and 4 and 5 and upward depending on the strand of floss. We are using 6 strands here, so you probably wouldn't want to go over 2 twists, but by learning 1 twist and 2 twists, you'll be able to do the others. So starting at this spot right here, I'm going to bring my needle up at that dot and pull it all the way through. Next, you're going to hold your floss in your left hand and put your needle under the floss, not on top, but under the floss. Next, you're going to wrap it one time, and this is kind of tight. I'm holding it so that the needle can't really slide anywhere. If I was holding it really loose, it would obviously slide right out. So as I wrap it, it's kind of tight. I'm not pulling too hard because I don't want to pull on my fabric too much, but I do have it nice and snug. So I've got my 1 twist, and now I'm going to bring my needle right down next to the spot that it came up at. Not in the same hole, but as close to that spot as I can. As I push that needle down, I'm continuing to hold this floss in my left hand. So I'm pushing my needle down, and I'm even pushing that knot down closer to the floss. Now my needle's far enough through that I can pull it from the back, and I'm going to continue to hold that floss tight in my left hand. As it gets looser, I can use my finger to hold the tightness here. And then as I get closer, I can slip my finger out and pull it all the way through. Now, this is a tight French knot. You can do it a little bit looser, and I'll show you that in a second, but let's look through a tight one more time. So pull our needle all the way through, put your needle under your knot, twist one time, keeping it snug, put the needle right back down close to where you came up from, not in the same spot, and then gently push it down. And as you're pushing it down, you're also pushing that knot. You're kind of pulling this hand a little bit so that the knot slides its way down the needle. And then once it's far enough, you can grab the needle from underneath. Keep that floss tight in your left hand. Switch to using your finger if you want to. And then slip it out as you get closer. You need to hold it tight for a while, because if not, it's going to get too loose. We don't want a loose knot, so you do need to hold it a little bit tighter for a while. Now to do that same thing looser, we're doing the same thing. We're just holding a little bit looser. So I've got my needle underneath. I wrap it around. I'm a little loose right here. I can slide it maybe a little bit more than before. Push the needle down, and I'm just holding this a little bit looser. It doesn't make as much of a difference here in a 1 twist, but is slightly fluffier than some of these others that are very tight. Now, if we're going to do a 2 twist, we're doing the exact same thing, but instead of twisting around our needle one time, we're twisting 2 times. So 1 twist, 2 twist. Put it down right next to the spot you came up at, pull it down, use your finger, slide your finger out. And so the more twist you have, the bigger your knot is. Same with the amount of floss you have. So if you have, again, this is 6 strands. If you had 3 strands and did 1 twist, your knot would be tiny. If you then did 3 strands and 3 twists, it's going to be a little bit bigger. Now, French knots, if they get messed up and you have to remove it, unfortunately, there's no good way to remove it. You just have to cut it out and tie off as best as you can and start over. I'm going to straighten my floss out here a little bit. It's gotten a little bit twisted. I'm going to use my needle to kind of gently pull it. But the downside to French knots are that they are very hard to pull out. So I'm going to do another 2 twists here. Pull it down. So once you get the hang of this, it really does go pretty fast. And I will say this hoop stand does make it very helpful, although I did do French knots for years and years without a stand because I did not know that they existed. So it is possible. It will take a little more finagling. You might have to push your hoop up against your belly and kind of use your arm to hold the hoop. It's awkward. It is awkward, and that's why I definitely recommend the hoop stand, but it is possible without it. Okay, a lot of these were 2 twists, so let's go ahead and finish the ones at the top. 1 twist. So that is how you make a French knot. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more embroidery tutorials.